Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen. And
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing tonight? So I got quite a bit to cover that I want to show you. It's going to be an awesome night, September 7th, just a few days, Wednesday. Hey, make sure that you RSVP'd because we want to make sure there's enough food for everybody. I'm going to show you all the cool stuff that they have. It's not just axe throwing. I know, that's kind of what's been put out there. It is axe throwing, but there's more to it. It's so much more. Let me show you what kind of stuff they have here. So this is just out front, right? You can see the parking lot out there. These little crazy little machines, but they got foosball. These are some of the signs they got. As you can tell, they have a good sense of humor. I really like this one. I think you can see, yeah. Welcome to our home, roll for initiative. I do play D&D. My son actually is very, very into it now. But rage quit and the definition. Here's the roll for initiative, cleric, paladin, wizard, ranger, etc. I miss D&D, man. I played a lot when I was a teenager, and then in my 20s, kind of got out of it for a while, and then we got Donovan into it. Me and my friends still play occasionally, but look at all the stuff, man. They got, again, some more foosball, some basketball there, all these board games. There's tons of stuff. Pool tables. They got 2 pool tables there. Here's the axe throwing. That's it's not mine anymore. I gave it to him. The Halo helmet from the Halo Collector's Edition. I think it was Halo 3. They had all kinds of cool old school stuff in there. So I was like, you know what? Here, guys, this would go really well. It was just sitting on a shelf collecting dust. I actually had it behind me. And I was like, you know what? I think it'd be better there. So they have all these consoles. They got Xboxes, some Wiis. Here's some of the board games that they have. Catan. Now, I've never played Catan. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but my understanding is it's one of the most complicated and difficult board games out there. Very strategic based. I have not played it. I actually heard about it for the first time when I went to my buddy asked me to go to this convention with him, and we went, and it was fun. It was interesting, but they had this like gaming section where you could go and you could play board games with other people, and they had that there, and that was the first time I had seen it. I guess it's hugely popular. I don't know, but they have tons of other stuff. Let's see. So yeah, Ticket to Ride. Here, I'm gonna have to throw my glasses on so I can read some of these. But let's see here. Secret Hitler, Shuffleboard, Star Wars, Monopoly, Zombicide, Uno, of course. Sorry. Terraforming Mars, Rift Force, just tons and tons of board games. Santorini, sorry. I don't know what some of these are. Mega Monopoly, all kinds of stuff. So there's something for everybody. Connect 4, Hungry Hippos. Oh my God, now that's a fun game. Hungry Hippos. I haven't played that in ages either. I might have to get around to Hungry Hippos then while we're there. But obviously Jenga, tons of stuff. They got Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga. Anybody here a Galaga fan? Yeah, I know, right? Kylene says such a great business model. So excited to see it being highlighted. So listen, guys, especially if you're in the area, you can go to Lucky Hatchet and you can throw hatchets, but you can also go to the game room. They got Duck Hunt. This is Street Fighter. I think it might be. Street Fighter, X-Men versus Street Fighter. This is actually a really, really fun game. I don't know what this one is, but obviously it's out of order. Soul Calibur 2. They got you can see the little Wii right there. Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong. That's a horrible picture. Let's see. So this is you put, I think, little Hot Wheels and whoever wins, but so you can see PlayStation. I think that's a PS3 maybe. They got the Genesis, Super Nintendo, GameCube, Wii U, Wii down on the end. So there's really something for everybody. You can go there and rent time in the game area, and it's X amount per hour. I don't know what it is exactly, but excuse me, it is very cheap comparatively, and you can go and kids can play, sit down, play a little couch co-op or etc. But we really need you to RSVP. If you are coming, please let us know. We need to have a final head count so that we can get the catering. We can get enough food for everybody. I don't want anybody to say, yeah, it was a fun event, but man, I was starving. Make sure there's enough food for everybody. Make sure we've got everything locked down and good. I am really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a blast. I think it's going to be fun. And I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do your standard, come here, listen to this guy wax poetic about how horrible the left is or how, America's dying. Yes, these are true, but I want more. I wanted to give an evening of fun. I'll talk for a few minutes. I'll tell you what I'm about. Most of you already know this, so I'm not going to spend all night sitting there complaining, right? A lot of these fundraisers that I've been to, not all, I've been to a couple recently that were really good, but a lot of these fundraisers that you go to are just people standing around, a couple of little hors d'oeuvres, and a whole bunch of money that you spend to stand there and listen to people complain. I wanted something else. We wanted something different. Initially, I was going to have two of them, right? I was going to have one in Michigan City and then one in Chesterton, but the Chesterton just isn't going to work out. We were going to have a cheese tasting, and the guy just couldn't. We just couldn't work it out. He's not able to do Porter County, which defeats the whole purpose. So maybe if we do another one in Michigan City down the road, we'll have him come out and do some cheese tasting. But we decided instead of having a couple of okay fundraisers, we're just going to focus on having one really good one, and it's going to be a blast. I hope to see you there. If you have not RSVP'd, if you haven't at least said, yeah, we're coming, please text me, Liz, let us know, because we got to make sure we got enough food. That said, I'm going to be reaching out to everyone who has RSVP'd. Tell me if you're coming or not, so that we can make sure we got enough food. Right now, we're going between a couple of different options for food, but I think we're leaning towards a particular one. Once we find out for sure how many people are going to be there, then I'll announce what we're going to have. We're going to have some little snacks and stuff. And remember, your ticket isn't just for the venue. It helps me. It helps me a lot. Running for office is super expensive. Obviously, gas is expensive. Signs are expensive. And absolutely right, Paul. Avoid the divisive tactics. The media does enough for us, and they do. I'm not even gonna get on that. Just come out, have fun. It'll be a blast. Some food, some fun. If nothing else, you can play some pool or play some old school arcade cabinets, especially for the younger audience members. You may have never seen one of these before, like the Galaga Miss Pac-Man. I mean, those things used to be everywhere. We go to the arcade. Do you guys remember Gold Mine in Marquette Mall? For those of you who've been around for a little bit, that's where I would spend my allowance. We'd go to the Gold Mine, get a thing of quarters and play all day. We used to have to line up the quarters on the machines for the Mortal Kombat machines. When Mortal Kombat was like super huge, that's what everybody went to the arcades for was to play Mortal Kombat, and you'd stack your quarters on the machine to designate that you were the next one in line. It should be fun. Anyway, yeah, see, so Liz says she's down for Hungry Hippos. That's right. That's right. We'll play some Hungry Hippos, and you get into that, man. You start hitting it, and it grabs the ball. It's a blast. So yeah, exactly. Paul says those were the good days. They were good days, man. I'm gonna tell you. Joust, and of course that's really dating myself. Joust, Karate Champ. Let's see, Outrun, Afterburner. Do you guys remember the first like big machine, right, was Afterburner, and it was this huge thing that you got into, and it actually moved. You could feel like the motion when you were flying the jet, right? It was that game was hugely popular because of the full motion and all of that. I can't even imagine how much something like that cost back then, because the basic arcade cabinets were, thousands of dollars. So I can only imagine what a huge full motion thing like the Afterburner thing was. But that's gonna be the huge fundraiser that we're having. We decided on just the one. So come on out. Let me know. We're gonna have some yummy food. I promise it'll be good. Like I said, we're not sure yet exactly which one. We're leaning a certain way if we get enough people. We got. So one of the things that we have there, I'm gonna bring a couple of games. I think I got to make sure they have the console, but I'd like to see some fun gaming going on. I'm not going to take up all night talking about stuff. Tell you who I am, especially for the new people that maybe aren't as familiar with the campaign, what I'm about, what I'm going to do differently, and then we'll get into the fun. I think it's going to be a blast. I really do. I've been looking forward to this for a while. And hey, like I said, they got tons of machines in the back. Bring your kids. They can go back there, hop on the consoles, hop on the arcade cabinets, play some pool, play some board games. That was one of the things I was really excited about when I was first talking to Lucky Hatchet about getting a fundraiser going there. Obviously, the axe throwing was the big thing, but at the time I first started talking to him, the game room wasn't open yet. And I was like, man, that would be so awesome if the game room was open. They're like, well, we should be getting it within the next couple of weeks. So I was really, really excited when they told me, yeah, it's open, it's official. We're going to have the consoles and the board games and all the different stuff. There were way more games. They opened up a new location, so they did move some of them, but most of them are still there, and I think it'll be a good time. I really, really need your support, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got to get jobs up here, not just jobs, but careers. We have to get someone into office that appreciates and will defend your rights. And that's not the case currently. So let's get the word out. I'm going to tell you, I've received an overwhelming amount of support recently from people asking for signs and talking, sharing my messages, putting stuff out there. So I really, really appreciate it. I can't tell you how much it means to me. It really does. I am so excited for this election. Obviously, I'm a little concerned as well, but I think enough people have really seen what's going on, and I think we need massive sweeping change. And look, both parties are just as guilty of looking at things and just voting the status quo, just going along to get along. I think we've had enough of that. I think we do need real change, from grassroots all the way up to federal level, local, county, state. We really need to just clean house, ladies and gentlemen. I talked about this for a while. And my views have not changed. If anything, I feel more strongly than ever that it's super, super important that we get people into office who care about us, not just the big donors, not just the corporations, care about you and me and how life is difficult. Yeah, we can go and we can talk about tax breaks, and we can talk about sending funds directly to the people via, so-called extra money. It's not extra, right? That's our money. But what we really need to focus on long term is careers that are more than just a service industry, right? Not just filling up somebody's gas tank or serving them a burger, but actual quality careers. Let's face it, what do we have up here in Northwest Indiana? We have the steel mill, right? Which is always a staple and is amazing. We have the prison. And what else? We used to have the Anco plant that closed. We have Solaire, right? We have a few other good quality careers, but that's it. We are not getting that significant investment up here that we need. We need much, much more. We need new quality long-term careers, because otherwise we get what's referred to as brain drain, right? We get people that are graduating from college and technical schools, they're learning trades, and then they're going to areas that pay significantly more. So we're losing our quality citizens, our citizens that are going to put forward those quality careers. So it's going to take some fundamental sweeping changes, and I hope that people are paying attention. I hope that we're able to do it, because it's going to take more than just one or two representatives to really make the changes that we need in this state. And it needs to happen up and down the ballot. And I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to be one of the people that are hoping to do something. So you had to put me on the spot like this. Yes, how do you feel about the signs in LaPorte? So I don't know if you guys have seen these signs, especially in LaPorte, but they're making their way through LaPorte County into Michigan City and whatnot. There's a big sign that says "Dump Sheila, Fire Friedman," right? And it's got a little money bags on it. So I actually went to the precinct meeting. It was what was it, Thursday, and so there were some people. I'm not going to mention any names because it's not necessary, but there were some people who were very upset about these signs. Not the sign itself, but they were upset because the bottom of the sign said "paid for by the LaPorte County Republican Party," which makes it look like the Republican Party is behind these signs. And I guess technically they are. But here's what happened for those of you who want to know. They were actually received as a donation, right? Either the money was earmarked for them or the signs themselves were donated. I don't know which one it was. But ultimately, a donor gave them to the party for the party to put out. Or donated the money specifically to buy these signs to put out. So technically, yes, they were paid for by the party, because that's the way that financial disclosure rules work. Once you donate to them, it's by the party. But the party itself isn't the one who came up with and put them out there. But here's what it comes down to. Some people were arguing and said that it's bad form, that it's negative. I'm going to tell you what I said so you guys know where I stand on this. I said, and I stand by the fact that the Republican Party has been the so-called nice party my entire life. They have always been the ones that just kind of take it. Let's look at when Donald Trump was in office. Regardless of how you feel about Donald J. Trump, I think we can all agree that the Republican Party did not do what they should have done to back him. Under all the attacks, the withering criticisms, whether merited or not, He faced a ridiculous amount of pushback. There were many people in the Republican Party just sat there quietly. As I said then, and as I say now, people are desperate for not just Republicans, but representatives in general, people with a backbone, people that are willing to stand up and say enough, people that are willing to stand up and say, look, I am tired of listening to the lies. I am tired of listening to the things that these people are saying. They're not true. Here is why. Here's the evidence. And unfortunately, what we had, and I could name some names, but we had many Republicans who just sat back and hoped to ride out the storm. They just didn't come. They did not stand up for the president. They did not stand up for we the people. I'm going to tell you one of the things in particular, and we're not just talking presidential level here, we're talking state level. When certain mandates were in effect, what reps did you hear stand up and say, no, this is not okay. This does not fit what the people want. And that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter how I feel. There are certain things that I am unbudging on, one of which is the Constitution, right? Both federal and state. But in general, it doesn't matter how I feel about certain things. It matters how the constituents of my district feel. And the vast majority of people, especially in our district, did not want these mandates. They were wholeheartedly against them. We did not hear from our rep. We did not hear anything from these people saying anything. People are desperate for a party, for a person, for a candidate to stand up and take a stand, even if you're wrong, even if you couldn't be more wrong. At least you have a voice. At least you're standing up. At least you're saying, hey, I believe in this, right? My constituents believe in this. So that's what the sign is about. And I don't think there's really anything negative about saying dump someone and fire someone. One of the Republicans on the commission actually, that was their campaign promise when they ran for office, was they were going to fire Shaw Friedman. They did not. So I don't see anything negative about saying dump Sheila and fire Friedman. I think people are making a big deal out of something that isn't that big of a deal. But it isn't as if we're putting anything even untrue out there. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't see a problem with the signs personally. Especially, here's what it comes down to: how many people are asking for these signs? Hint: quite a few. I have heard from a number of people who said, "Hey, where can I get that sign? Where can I get that sign? I'll put that sign up." That tells you something. And there are, like I said, certain people that are hearing from constituents, I guess, or people. They didn't specifically say, that are like, "Oh, that's bad form. That's this. That's that." Then don't look at it. Drive by it. I mean, we have become so focused as a people on let's not offend them. Let's not offend this person or that group. I don't think speech really has an impact unless it offends someone. If you're saying things that are so milquetoast, that are so flatline, that there's not anyone out there that it generates emotion for, then maybe you need to refine your message. Maybe you need to think about, maybe I should talk about something a little more important, because the most important issues, both locally and federally, tend to evoke some sort of reaction, some sort of emotion, some sort of something from someone that goes, "Yeah, man," or, "Oh, I wholeheartedly disagree. That person is this and that." If you aren't evoking something, then maybe your messaging needs work. So I hope I'll see you at the fundraiser. I'm going to wrap this up. I got dinner waiting on me. I really, really hope you'll reach out. Let me know you're coming, and let's have a blast. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have some more videos coming up. I'm going to do single issue videos where I talk about things like the Second Amendment, where I talk about very specific single issue things. If you want to join me for those, great. Otherwise, they're going to be really quick and just put them up there. So thank you very much, as always, for joining me. I appreciate your time. And without further ado, God bless you, God bless Indiana, and God bless the United States of America.